Alrighty, folks, it is time for our next round in the Revolution World Championships of 2026. This round, we're up against Kumrac on Mono Red Aggro. Definitely not a deck we're used to seeing Kumrac play, but definitely one that is worth being wary of. We'll go over the deck real quick. Opponent is already waiting in the match lobby, so not going to take too long on this intro. But as always, if you want to check out the format for yourself, please check out the links in the description below. So this is what it says on the tin. It is mono red aggro. We've got 11 burn spells at instant speed here. 4 bleeding outs, 2 mana deal 3, 4 shocks, 1 mana deal 2, 3 burn to obscurities, 3 mana deal 4, and then 4 terminal impact at sorcery speed. X and a red can't be countered, deals X, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast it. So that is 15 total burn spells, 22 creatures, and 23 mountains. Those 22 creatures are playset of Ignited Soul, 1 mana, 1/1 with Menace. When it deals combat damage to a player, they can discard a card to draw a card. Emblazoned Prophet, also a playset, 1 mana, 1/1 with Menace. When it attacks, it deals 1 to the player or permanent it's attacking for each spell you've cast this turn. 2 drops are a playset of Rozon Firebrand, 2 mana, 3/3 with Wither and Haste. At the beginning of your end step, you put a -1/-1 counter on it. When it dies, create an XX red spirit creature token, where X is the number of counters on it. And finally, at 2, there's also Cash Thrasher, 2 mana, 2/2 with Haste. It got first strike on the opponent's turn on their turn that they have this. At the beginning of combat on their turn, they have to sacrifice a memory, and whenever it attacks, they get to cast the top card of their library face down under a memory token. And then at 3, they have a pair of 3 ofs. Competitive Hedonist, 3/3 for 3 with haste. They can level it up for 2 and a red. The first time they do so, it becomes a 4/4 that deals 2 damage to something when it attacks. From levels 3 onward, it's a 5/5 that deals 5. And then Fabricated Anomaly, of course. 3 mana, 2/3. When it enters, you make a legendary artifact puzzle box with tap, discard a card, draw a card. And whenever a creature they control attacks, they can exile a number of cards from their graveyard equal to its power to put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. This is just going to be balls to the wall trying to beat us down. This is a very, very stable deck. The one thing we have going for us is that the reason they are in the lower bracket is because of a 0-2 match against the other Last Wish deck in the field. However, that is a teamer Last Wish deck with a bit more control tools. We do not have the amount of removal that Lee has available to them, so hopefully we can keep it up against them, but we'll have to see where mulligans go. We do get to determine player draw, so we'll see how things go. Let's get into game 1 here. All right, we're in game 1 here. I am taking the play, of course. Okay. Not the best hand. I do think I've got a mulligan this. This just has really nothing going on. Turn 2 Venture Capitalist, find nothing. Otherwise, pair of artifacts that don't really do much for me. We're good mull. I'm not going to spend too much time on this hand. That's not much better, but we can kind of work with it. I think it's going to be Forest to the bottom. Turn 1 Husk Forger, turn 2 Primal Fisher Crack. You could even Primal Fisher on 1. Atomic Core. I mean, Atomic Core does check like some of their aggression. Yeah, I think we are going to keep 6, actually. 5s are going to be really sketchy. This does get mana very quickly developed. We're going to ship that Forest to the bottom. Main 1. Primal Fisher, Crack, go get a Forest now. View Library, Forest, Shuffle, Husk Forger, Acolyte. So if they have a shock for this, then they have a shock for this. Otherwise, we get to develop Atomic Core onto Mountain into something. Is it shock? It is shock. All right, Husk Forger down. That's fine. That means they're not developing a threat on 1. We will draw Terminal Impact. Oop, this should be untapped. We will just go ahead and play Primal Fisher and pass. And then we will Primal Fisher at end step. They're going to pay 2 for a Cash Thrasher. So they're going to get to hit us for 2 and cash top card of their library. We'll take 2. I'll just go ahead and crack this now. View library, get a mountain. Untap, draw Temple of Origins. We'll go ahead and play that. Annotation on red-green. Don't love where we're at. But I think I'm going to pay 3 for Atomic Core and pass. So what I can do here is I can get Protean Bows online, start making some shapeshifters if I don't draw anything important next turn. They pay 2 for another Cash Thrasher. All right. So they lose the memory token. They're going to swing 4 at us. We take 4. Don't love this. I think I'd really rather not Protean Bows tokens here, but if we gotta, we gotta. They cash 2 more cards. Let's go ahead and put a counter on Atomic Core. They do miss a land drop. We untap. We draw Burgeoning Nebula. That's not going to help us. All right. We can take 4, go to 10 to just get Protean Bows rolling. I think I would actually rather just Terminal Impact one of these, get Burgeoning Nebula in play, and then take up Atomic Core again. Yeah, so let's Timpact, pop one of these. Burgeoning Nebula, pick up the forest, and pass. Not that great of a start. They do hit their 3rd land drop here, 3 mana. That is a fab anomaly right there. They do have exactly 2 cards in graveyard, so they can make this a 3/3. If we can get a Last Wish off the top, that gets us the board wipe 3/5, and I do think that shutters a lot of their aggression. So they lose one of their 2 cached cards. They're going to hit us for 3. Last Wish would be really nice here. I would very much like to get a Nillicent Lay Spire. We'll go ahead and take up Atomic Core. We will untap. We will draw a Husk Forger Acolyte. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what we could do is we could play Protean Bows, pop Atomic Core, deal with Cash Thrasher and any other 2 drops they play pre-combat, or we can plus make a 1/1 off of Protean Bows, or we could Husk Forger and just hold up, level up on Husk Forger. I feel like the most appealing option here is to leave options open. So we can play Protean Bows, play Husk Forger, and then see where that gets us. Yeah, let's play let's use the Temple, play Husk Forger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will play the Protean Bows, recognize that this does not make colored mana when we pass, but that's fine. They're going to Puzzle Box away a Competitive Hedonist, really? Puzzle Box away another Fabricated Anomaly. That does get a 3rd power on this Fabricated Anomaly here. They're looking at their 2 cards here. They do play a mountain, tap it for a red. Is this just going to be shock on Husk Forger? Oh, they're thinking about it. This is at instant speed, so we do not have to commit to this. If they point a burn spell at this, I would be very happy to just attempt to animate it up to a 5/5 in response. We are already at the point, 4 lands in play, where we can pay 7 mana to make this a 5/5 with trample. Terminal Impact. Uh, hmm. I think I'd like to go ahead and attempt to make it a 5/5. Activate its second ability. Uh, what just happened? What did they do? What did they think I was tapping 6 for? Yeah, this is the blow up thing is third ability, and also its mana value equal to the number of charge counters on it. I may call judge just because I shouldn't know what was under their caches here, but I don't know. It's a weird spot. All right, well, I guess they do have those available to them. We'll see how they feel. They say that's okay. All right, so Timpact, 1 damage. 1, 2, 3. They're going to spend Burn to Obscurity, deal another 4. Okay. That's rough, but the upside there is that that's 5 damage not going to our face. Realistically, that's not 8 damage going to our face, because Terminal Impact also represents at least 4 damage right now. All right, they're going to eat 2 cards from Graveyard, put a counter on Fab Anomaly. We take 6. We are definitely hitting a spot where we are just precarious here. This does cash the top card of their library. That is not a May. Yup, that's just rough. 24 lands. We saw how many? We saw 4 non-land cards that game. Yikes. And what? 2 of them were in the opener? So we drew 2 non-land cards. So it could have been worse, I guess. But not much we can do for sideboarding here. I'd think about maybe boarding in some of the Lay Spires. I think, yeah, we'll want to have the Lay Spires available to us in game 1. And Mutations does block decently well if we can get it out. So looking at their deck, looking at their sideboard, like there's Graveyard Hate's not really going to matter against them. They have 3 copies of Crucible of the Burning Sun. That doesn't really matter against us. Playset of Advance of Fire and Faith. That could be kind of annoying. Playset of Jericho, Ageless Wanderer could be kind of annoying. Playset of Frag, also potentially annoying. I think if they board any of like Jericho, Frag, even Advance of Fire and Faith in, that's likely coming at the cost of some of their more efficient burn spells. So I don't know if I necessarily care. I think, yeah, definitely the Lay Spires want to come in. Could go down. What am I going down for these? One champion puts so many bodies in play and also really inhibits their ability to swing wide. The no more than 2 creatures can block each combat does kind of hurt against Menace. specifically. So that can be awkward. Maybe it is just the end of mutations. This is just another mat. Like, I have these in the main because I was like, these are just really annoying into the control decks. We have yet to run into a control deck that is annoyed by this. So, yeah, I think we're just going to make that be our swap. All right, Fisher, Bows, Husk Forger, Gentrifier's Ring. That's more like it. Yeah, we're going to keep 7 here. All right, main one. I think we were going to Protean Bows the Husk Forger here rather than... No, we're going to Primal Fisher because double Fisher gets us Gentrifiers, whereas Bow Fisher does not get us Gentrifiers. Fisher, the library, get a forest, use the forest for the Husk Forger. We pass. If the Husk Forger lives, I will Protean Bows for Gentrifiers here. Is it shock? It's Ignited Soul. All right. We untap, we draw another basic forest. Think here. Yeah, I'm going to go for Protean Bows, tap for red. 1, 2, 3 for Gentrifiers. We will sacrifice the forest, go find another land here. I think just getting fixing seems worthwhile. We could get Burgeoning Nebula, pick up the Protean Bows. That does shrink the Gentrifiers overall. Let's just get Urban Jungle. And we pass. Second Ignited Soul. That is Timpact for 1, kill the Husk Forger. We take 1, can't block the Menace creature. They loot away Burn to Obscurity, miss land drop. Alrighty. We will untap. We will draw Astral Displacer. Interesting. So they looted away Burn to Obscurity. We could hit like Bleeding Out with a cost increase. We could hit. I think if we're hitting something with a like cost increase with Astral Displacer, I'd like to try. They're digging for their 3rd land here. I'd like to see if I could snipe Fabricated Anomaly, disable that. But the downside with anything I name off of Astral Displacer is double Ignited Soul can pretty comfortably loot them away. Gentrifiers is a 3/3. You're going to crack this. Go find a forest. 1, 2 for Ring of Promised Vows. I mean, I could just Terminal Impact, kill one of the Ignited Souls here. I think I do want to Astral Displacer. I think Fabricated Anomaly is the thing to name here. Let's just go get a Temple of Origins. Set annotation to red-green, and pass. So we've got 4 mana here. We have 5 next turn. We can cast a Roar if we draw it. That is bleeding out on Astrathian Gentrifiers. 3 toughness means we don't take any overrun damage there, but certainly not the best thing in the world. They hit us twice. They get to loot with Ignited Souls. Do they loot away any fabricated anomalies here? Are we validated for our decision? Man, top deck Aurora would be great here. They do not loot anything away. Okay. Interesting. We will draw Root Fossil. Let's play the forest, play Root Fossil. I'm just going to crack Root Fossil now, see how that informs future decisions. Top 3. Forest Gentrifiers, Husk Forger. I am half tempted to just bin all 3 of these. Like, Gentrifiers has kind of served its purpose by this point. I'd like to draw something a little more impactful. Yeah, we're going to bin all 3, get that forest to play tapped, rest go to bin. I'm gonna stay holding the Terminal Impact. I think I'm cool with them just having these 1/1s. They can't fabricate an anomaly to grow them. They did not rummage away, so I'm not too concerned. And yeah, here's a competitive hedonist, so I would much rather have the burn spell to deal 3 to this. So we'll take 5, go to 12. Nillicent Lacefire would also be very nice, would be another reason to be okay with holding on to this Terminal Impact. They do bin cards here. They do bin Cash Thrasher and Ignited Soul. I'm surprised they've been a Cash Thrasher here. They hit their 4th land drop. We untap, we draw Primal Fisher. All right, deck. Could we not? Could we not find our 10th land here? We are going to 1, 2, 3, Timpact for 3, kill the competitive hedonist. 1, 2, 3, surface Root Fossil, transform into Reborn Lily. And let's go ahead and play the Primal Fisher out tapped. They have an Emblazoned Prophet. 3 mana, Burn to Obscurity. Burn to Obscurity on my face. Youch. That's not good. We take 2. They do not rummage. Uh-oh. Don't like that. Untap, upkeep, crack the Primal Fisher on upkeep. View library, get a mountain. We draw Temple of Origins. Cool. That's land number 11. Sorry, land number 12, because we've gotten to fetch 3 times. That's half of our lands. Oh, boy. Yeah, we're just going to lose to not finding any action 2 games in a row. Oh, wow, what a way to just completely bomb out of the World's Tournament. We can't block anyways. So we'll swing in for 2. Top 3. We're gonna bin it all. Get the Buffer Conservatory. Holy cow. I mean, yeah, Temple of Origins, set annotation, red, green. And then what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? So we can't even Protean Bows plus Buffer Conservatory here. I'm just gonna level up the Buffer Conservatory once and then die to a shock. Yeah. God, that was rough. All right, and just like that, I felt very confident in this deck, and that is a swift 0 wins, 2 losses. In Worlds, you just kind of can't have draws like that, and we had draws like that. So unfortunately, Worlds has begun and it has ended. That was a very, very fast very fast match. Well played to Kumrac. Well positioned for Kumrac. Definitely identified folks are going to be a little too greedy in this field and decided to force some people to be honest. And yeah, well piloted on Kumrac's part. Sometimes we just got those rough draws. I would have rather those rough draws in any other tournament than this one, but we take what we can get. So that is going to be a very swift wrap up to my very first Worlds showing. I'm so sorry to anybody who had picked me as their choice for who would be winning this World Championships, because apparently the draws just were not going to cooperate this time around. So with all that said and done, we will have one last video to talk about this deck as a whole, assess how I feel about this deck into the field now that I know what the field ended up being, and give some final thoughts both on this deck, how I feel like it could exist going forward, as well as on the Solitaire season as a whole, now that we are properly wrapping up the Solitaire season. I will not be talking too much about the upcoming cards in the new season, but as of recording this video, the new sets have been publicly announced. I'm not going to talk about them here, but you can expect that a patch review, a set review, a double set review is going to be incoming, talking about both the new sets that are coming into the format. I may have some personal stake in talking about one of these sets, so while I am out of Worlds, I do certainly have some things going for me, some things to still be excited about this month. So set review is going to be underway soon enough. In the meantime, I hope you all take care. Stay tuned for the wrap-up. And don't forget that if you were disappointed by this run, the Worlds coverage has not ended. There are still going to be 3 videos, hopefully, coming after my own Worlds run, covering the upper finals, the lower finals, and the grand finals as they happen. So thank you all so much for watching a very, very rough series of matches, and I'll see y'all in the final thoughts. Bye-bye.